Yo, 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 what's going on? You back here with your big dog, Q.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And y'all money.
Let me get closer to your mic, man. Let me get closer to your mic. Yes, sir. We here.
Okay, so we got a lot to tell y'all. Starting off with last night. So last night, let's tell them what happened last night.
So last night, it's just been a long 36 hours. You know what I'm saying? We can say that. But it's been a long 36 hours. Of course. So today is the day after the George Floyd, situation. And for the people that's from Columbus that's tuned in, it's the day after the situation happened with the young lady as well. So, long day at work, for both of us. And then we came home. We was anticipating on doing an episode today. But just with all of the events that happened yesterday and the emotions I was going, we went ahead and pushed forward. We did one last night at about 12:30. And then somehow, some way, it didn't upload. The audio went somewhere, the visuals went somewhere, phone died. It was a lot of weird chain of events that happened. So we here today though, like 36 hours, we back to back.
What an episode for y'all.
With the episode, and we're gonna try to knock out a few, to keep them coming.
Okay, so what happened last night is everything he said. Let me tell you my take from it. We had a very good episode that we decided to do last night. I mean, we went full throttle. I prayed us out. He spoke on how he felt about different things, and the video just did not save, and the phone went dead. So today we're
running it back. Today we running it back with the same mindset, same energy, and actually, when I reflect, I'm kind of I'm upset because, like you said, it was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was just, I guess, something for us to go back on and we can, listen to what we do have, but I guess with being able to go to sleep on it, and then I kind of made a post that kind of went viral that I didn't know was gonna go viral, so that gave me some outlet, and then the footage ended up coming out. You know what I'm saying? With the young lady,
mm-hmm.
That we kind of spoke on yesterday.
So we have more it's just more to talk about.
A little bit more to talk about, you know what I'm saying? My viewpoint on it doesn't change from, my standpoint on it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more to go on, and I've seen a few more comments from people, so it's just a little bit more to speak on specifically.
We have to let them know what's going on.
We'll talk, we'll ease into it. Let's talk about, how we been in between time.
Okay, in between time.
So how you been?
So, I don't want to talk about how I've been. Let's talk about how you been.
I've been good. The kids, we back in school. We was virtual up until maybe a month or so ago. We doing cohorts 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I've been real excited. I've been able to be back hands-on with my boys, which is very important for me. Seeing them every day and getting to have that one-on-one with all of them,
that direct contact.
That direct contact, being able to continue to build relationships, and specifically for my freshmen, getting able to meet them, and build that bond with them, which I'm super excited about, because I feel like that's going to be a great bond that I'm going to be able to have. Last year was my first year teaching, or being an intervention specialist, whatever you want to call it, a teacher. But so I was eased into it. I'm still doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this group of freshmen I'm excited about, because I feel like, hopefully they all none of them transfer. They all stick with me from 9th to 12th grade. But I feel like it's a special group that I got. And I'm super excited about that, because, I feel like I'm growing as a teacher. They all are eager to learn. I'm saying? They not the riled up, rambunctious group, that we was expected to get, being that I'm a intervention specialist, an ED teacher, so they super humble. They want to learn. They don't want to be bad no more. What they
growing up.
The typical, they growing up. I've been having a lot of conversation with them, so that's been cool. Work, of course, grinding.
Mm-hmm.
That don't stop. Putting forth that effort. Let me think. We got a fence. That was dope. Got a fence, and that was pretty dope. And we got a puppy coming on the way, don't we? Got a puppy coming on the way, so we excited about that. We got a puppy coming on the way. We can't wait to show y'all her on the next probably not the next episode, but maybe the following episode after that.
He too excited about this dog, y'all. One thing about me is I don't like dogs, okay? I'm scared of dogs. He want a dog. He been trying to get a dog before we even moved in with each other. So I guess it's time for him to have a dog that he's trying to put on me, but it's neither here nor there.
Right.
So pretty much you saying that you just been catching up with school.
You've
been working
hard,
And then outside of working, you at home. You
trying to handle some business at the crib.
You got a dog on the way.
Got a puppy on the way. Trying to work out. Stay consistent with that. I done fell off a little bit more than I like. But shout out to, it was February. I did like a little push-up challenge or whatnot, or it didn't even have to be a push-up challenge. It was just a challenge for black males or minorities or whoever wanted to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wanted to be a part of it, reach out. Could have been females, anybody. So shout out to the people who did reach out, and we held each other accountable for the most part for that whole month of February.
That's dope. So will more challenges be coming?
Definitely more challenges will be coming. Definitely some more challenges be coming. But shout out to everybody that did tap in for that first part for that month of February, because that was pretty dope. I was excited about that. It's good to have some accountability partners. You know what I'm saying? When you going on new ventures and when you're trying to reach obstacles and challenges and goals for yourself. So
how have you felt this whole time without doing an episode, and also with you not being able to do an episode, did you come up with new ideas and things that you want to implement?
Yeah, so this whole time without having this time period in between of not doing an episode, I've been thinking a lot, writing down things, not doing as much as I feel like I should or I could, you know what I'm saying? But I've been, my mind been going on different ideas, brainstorming on new ventures, like I said, new ventures, new things that I want to start putting forth into place and possibly in the community. Just different little male, mentor groups, male accountability groups for, people my age, just community events and stuff like that. So I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. So I'm excited to start putting that out there when the time comes. And maybe, we can see some of them, things manifest, that I've been thinking about. That'd be very important and very dope to me, for real.
So, like I asked you, how did you feel being away from, just the episode? Like, what was your thought process? Or
it's been, because in between, it's been times, that I've been wanting to do episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for instance, I can't remember exactly which situation happened. Whether it was the Andre Hill or the Casey Goodson. I remember we kind of planned on doing an episode one of them days, and then that threw me all off. That threw my whole, my aura off. I couldn't. I wanted to do one, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let things be. And just and give it a little bit of time, and then of course.
Right after that, we had
a friend of ours had got into a serious situation that he's still going through. So, it's just been different life obstacles that's been kind of been happening, that's been unexpected and unplanned, but, that's been kind of keeping the episodes from flowing how I initially planned for them to go. But, on my behalf as my job, I gotta keep pushing. I gotta still be able to put that information out there and produce that product. Because at the end of the day, you know how the game go. You gotta be able to produce that work. You know what I'm saying? Or the clientele.
What is going on with this man
today?
This
NeighborHOOD Politics. You gotta be able to produce that work. It don't matter what the plug got going on, bro. I need my work. You know what I'm saying? I need my product. It don't matter what you got going on in your life. I need my product, because at the end of the day, what the people got going on is still what they got going on.
And
so
they still need the inspiration. They still
for
need
sure.
That
they still want to hear that.
So with this platform so far, what have you saw? Like, because I know you talked about how it's the impact and just how you felt, kind of, which encouraged you, but also had you like, oh, the power that this coming with.
Man, it's dope, because instantly, like, it kind of, I don't want to say blew up, but it kind of did numbers that I didn't think it was going to do, kind of fast. So it kind of made me step back, like, dang, because, I had talked to you about wanting to talk to people, and I had talked to you about, wanting to do this and do that. But then once, that first episode hit and that second episode hit, and then I actually started seeing things kind of move, and then I actually people started reaching out to me saying, hey, bro, let me hop on there. And I started reaching out to people like, hey, bro, would you mind coming on here? And I was getting that feedback like, yeah, for sure. It was like, oh, I kind of got nervous, because I was like, dang, this is what I asked for. This is what I want. But I didn't know it was going to happen like how it happened. So, I'm excited, though. It's a challenge that, I put onto myself, and that I vow, to go ahead and keep pushing forward, because this is what I asked for. You know, this is a platform that I asked for black males, for minorities. You know what I'm saying? You can get some with the females, but this is something that I asked for the youth specifically. You know what I'm saying? The upbringing the youth to start building and start growing, and it's kind of going to do that. So I'm excited about what's going to happen in the nearby future with neighborhood politics.
Yeah, so I think that sometimes, like, in general, in y'all in life, sometimes we ask God for stuff. Sometimes we even embark on journeys and not even realize that it's going to get the feedback, the impact is going to do things that we didn't think would do. But I think the main thing is just always, and which me and him talk about, just walking into your purpose, stepping into it and not running away from it, because we all are supposed to be lights in this dark world, and there's been a lot of dark things going on, you know, just from, we know, murder every day, just injustice, different situations, from even just the COVID, just from everyday life. We know 2020 was a super bad year for everyone, not just, you know, yeah, people might have made money or whatever, but we done lost a lot of people, lost a lot of lives, a lot of situations occurred that we had no understanding of or that we couldn't fix. But you know, with a situation like this, with a podcast like this, I'm so grateful that y'all sticking with us and that y'all wanted to hear more from us and that y'all are actually tuning in and engaging. We really, really appreciate that, and we're super grateful for it. So from this point forward, continuous, you know, content dropping, and if you do not see it, hold us accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
Hop in
Reach
that
out
comment.
to me, hop in, tell me what's up. Ask some people definitely have. So shout out to y'all who's been consistently asking, hey, what's up, bro? When the next episode dropping? Or what's up, bro? Let me get me on there. So it's coming for sure. It's definitely coming. So I appreciate y'all for holding me accountable, because that's, like, as I said, that's what you need. So you know, that's been dope. So
that's enough for the catching up part. We just wanted to see so people can know, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And get a little background on where we've been at. I know I didn't really speak on where I've been at, because I've been like up, down. I've been in like in a transformation period of my life. What I am grateful about is I have an opportunity to be a youth mentor for the youth as well, the younger girls. I'm super excited about that. So I can definitely share that with you guys. So that is one thing that I'm super excited about. But outside of that, I've been up and down. And I just would rather just keep it at that, because we'll talk more about that later. But today, we want to touch on the George Floyd case, which happened yesterday. And then we also want to talk about the situation that happened yesterday in Columbus as well, with the 15-year-old girl who was shot and killed by a police officer after an altercation that she had with some other girls in the neighborhood. Yeah. So first thing first, we're gonna talk about
and what we talked about yesterday too. You know, being a black male and the birds and all that.
We're gonna touch everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So tap in.
You know, first thing first, you said the George Floyd.
George Floyd. Yesterday, the guy was charged with all 3 charges. He was found guilty.
Right, for sure.
So, how do you feel about that?
It's I take it.
You'll take it?
I'll take
it.
I take it.
I'll take it too.
And when I say I'll take it, I'm not saying I'll take it. I'm saying I'll take it. With one of them, you see how that I'll take it.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Second degree unintentional murder. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means. I've never seen second degree unintentional murder. Yeah. You know, I've never seen that. Never seen that.
The unintentional part.
The unintentional part. I've never seen that. So I know. You know, and I was listening to the radio today. They was already saying, you know, his record is clean as far as no criminal past. So, you know, the upwards of how much time he can get. But for the second degree unintentional, it's supposedly up to 45. For the third degree murder, it's upwards to 25. And for the manslaughter, it's upwards to 10. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me see how much time he really get. And then, like I was talking to some of my dudes at the barbershop today, man, even though I know it ain't no possible way, but keep me up to date on where he at, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, I'm like, man, listen, y'all, if this man, y'all, for the ones who y'all say y'all have locked up, how do I, you know what I'm saying? How do I know y'all really locked them up? Because at this point in time, the same things just continue to happen. So it's like, are y'all really being held accountable? But for, like I said, you asked me how I feel about it, and I said I'll take it. You know, it's unfortunate that I even had to go to where it went to. You know, us having to hold out and wait, and you know what I'm saying, did he really murder him? And y'all bringing up this man's past of, you know, drug usage and this, that, and the third. None of that matters. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, if you wouldn't kneel on that man's neck you know, for the time period that you kneeled on his neck. If you would have kneeled on his neck in general, but we're not no rag dolls. We are human beings. You know what I'm saying? Period. If you would have kneeled on this man's neck in general, he would have still be here today. You know, so it's like, I guess I'll take it. You know, it's funny. I seen a post, you know, that gave some statistics as far as how many police murders it's been and how many police officers who have been like actually found guilty or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was like the numbers was crazy, and it was just pretty much like and then the point of it was it was like people has been saying we're finally taking a step forward, and it's like we ain't, you know what I'm saying, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll take it. I'm glad George Floyd family did get justice. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they did get their justice, and I'm glad that the man was convicted, you know, on national TV.
But you wasn't too excited about his emotions.
I wasn't too excited about his emotion. He was emotionless. You know, I didn't
kind
see.
Of scared, like no.
I didn't see no emotion. You know, the judge said guilty. He said guilty 3 times. He just looked. You know, he didn't.
That's where it's like for me. I'm like thinking that they know. He knew before. He already knew. Like his lawyer, he got one of those lawyers that told him like, look, they're gonna charge you guilty on all the charges.
But yeah,
it could have been that. And then also too, I agree with you. It's like for me, it'd be like, is this staged?
Right.
Is this just to shut us up so we won't trip? So
right.
we won't, you know what I'm saying? Because we would never know where he got sent
right.
to. You know what I'm saying? Well, we might not. I just don't see it really happening.
Right.
Like you said, situations like this, they go.
They get swept under the rug, and we don't hear nothing else about it. So,
rest in peace to George Floyd, man.
For sure.
For real.
That's crazy.
Prayers to your family, and like you said, we'll take it. We got a lot of more work to do, but we'll take it. We're gonna take it for sure.
But in the meantime, like I kind of spoke on it yesterday, you know, the George Floyd situation that happened, which was tragic, you know, which kind of had me like, dang. One thing that we talked about yesterday that I was saying that kind of upset me was because as a mentor, as a role model, as a male positive, as a leader that I consider myself to be, you know, I didn't use that time in between, you know, to really put in. I did small things, you know what I'm saying? I did things for myself, but I didn't really put in that work. I didn't go network, you know what I'm saying? I didn't meet the people that I needed to meet. I didn't do some of the small things that I feel like maybe I could have did, or I didn't, you know, to where a situation that happened again yesterday, literally probably 30 minutes after we got the conviction, you know what I'm saying, to where I felt like I was prepared, or, you know what I'm saying, my group was prepared or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's just crazy times that within 30 minutes of that George Floyd conviction happening, another situation happened here, you know, again in Columbus, Ohio. This ain't the first time, and it ain't the second time that's gonna happen. We in April, you know, since December, we done had for sure 3 tragic police shootings, all back to back. This is since 2 in December, 1 in April, you know what I'm saying? And I hope I'm not forgetting anything in between as far as the police violence, but that's 3 killings in 4 months, you know, so something's going on here that, you know, maybe we need to really dissect and figure out as black people what it is and what's the real root and what's the issue and what plot has been put into place to for this to be going on.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, just as far as like, is it, when I said my issue with the situation with the young lady, what had happened was, I think that well, I can't really say because I don't know the full story in the sense of like for me to be really putting out any type of information, but she was in an altercation with some younger girls, and she was she was fighting one of them, and then she was going to, I guess, to stab the other one, and the police shot her.
Yeah. That's what they say, you know. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But that's my big issue, you know, and that's why, like you said, I don't want to. It's a touchy subject because, you know, I wasn't there, you wasn't there. A million people that's on Facebook that's talking about it wasn't there. You know, everybody want to say what this person could have did or how this, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's for, you know, no individual person to have any type of judgment
on the
situation that happened with the little girls or if she was fighting, or, you know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody know except for probably the immediate family and the people that was out there as far as even how it even escalated to where it got to.
Right.
But with that being said, like I was saying, so 30 minutes after that situation happened with George Floyd, you know, breaking news that it was another shooting involved with a 16-year-old girl that the police had killed yesterday evening. So that's kind of what we're talking about for the people who maybe not be from Columbus. If you have or have not seen that, it was a situation that happened. A 16-year-old girl, got killed yesterday by the police in an altercation, some type of altercation that happened outside. That the police came and felt like it was their duty to, for whatever reason, put forth deadly force to de-escalate the situation.
He shot her 4 times.
Shot her 4 times.
And if I watched the video. He didn't watch the video.
I did. I ended up watching.
You ended up watching it?
When I went to the barbershop, I ended up watching it.
What?
A quick glance of it.
But I guess what I was bringing up before I had like switched, and I'll be everywhere with my thoughts. But I was saying, after knowing this situation, I guess my only concern, not even speaking on what happened or anything like that, just more so how are these officers being trained? Because he shot her 4 times, you know, and me personally, I feel like the 4 times was just overdoing it. That was an overkill. All he had to do was shoot her in the leg to stop her, taser, anything besides kill her, you know. So I guess my concern is, in general, how are they getting trained, you know? And if they're trained to kill somebody with a weapon in general, I mean, maybe they are.
So when I was in my car today, I was listening to the radio that I did like I said, because in my post that I made, I'm done with the sob stories from Columbus. I'm done with the sob stories from the sheriff's office saying this is why it happened or this is why it didn't happen. But whoever the sheriff was saying pretty much if someone has another deadly weapon going against someone else, then the officer is trained to, you know, use deadly force. Like I said, I'm not with it. This ain't no tea or no fence. You know what I'm saying? I got a little sister. I got a big sister. I was raised around a lot of women. You know, pretty much all women. As a grown man, I used this example with you yesterday. As a grown man, you know what I'm saying? No matter the like I said, no, I can overpower you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you was 15 years old. So as a police officer, I just don't feel like you should have hopped out your car, and shot this little girl. And not to mention, it's a lot of people now putting forth saying this and saying that as far as the girl was going to, and it's like, from my understanding of what I was told and from what I got from it, the girl was the initial victim. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that the girl that she was supposedly going to stab wasn't going to be a victim, but at the end of the day, let's not make it, let's as black people, or wherever that has their opinion, let's not forget the twist of the fact of this girl was the initial victim. And you cannot, no one have no judgment on a person, how they reacting when they are being victimized. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being victimized and my back is against the wall, if I'm 16 years old, and I actually heard a video of the little girl's sister speaking on it. If I'm 16 years old and it's some 28-year-old woman or whatnot that's continued to come here for the last 2 days trying to bully me and harass me, let's not let the media pull the plot twist and make it seem like this girl was a crazy aggressor out here. You know what I'm saying? She was a victim.
And then not even that, those girls need to be charged with something, because if they would have never came to the crib, this girl would still be here.
Right. But you know for sure. But that's where all I'm gonna leave it at, because I don't want to ruffle no feathers. I feel what you're saying. You know, I completely agree, especially if y'all was some grown woman coming out here bullying these girls, supposedly. But needless to say, all I know is as a trained police officer, I don't feel like it's your job to come out and shoot to kill. I went back and forth slightly on this little post that I made. I didn't know it was going to go viral, but it actually kind of did. But, you know, people is giving their opinions as far as with a girl this. And my thing is, like I continue to say, I'm not saying a girl is right or wrong. What I'm saying is, as a grown man, as an adult, forget the badge. As a man, you don't have to take it to where you took it to de-escalate this situation. You could have hopped out and tased. From the video, it looked like you was in distance to shoot a taser. You could have pepper sprayed. You know what I'm saying? You could have came out, de-escalated the situation. You could have shot. If you felt the need to shoot this girl, you could have shot her in her leg. You are a trained officer. Wherever you want to shoot, you gonna hit. You know. So it's like I don't get the fact of you pulling putting your hand on the trigger and pulling 4 to 5 times and saying that that was justifiable and that you saved somebody else's life. Because you could have shot that girl in her leg. If you felt the need to really shoot, you could have shot that girl in her leg. She would have instantly dropped. Or you could have shot in the air. Anything would have dispersed the crowd. You could have shot that girl in her leg if you felt like that was necessary. And then you could have saved this girl that you saying that that people want to say that got saved, and you would have also, this girl would still be here today, at least to be able to maybe accept the charges. I don't, but no, that's just that, to accept the charges of that, or or however that works. But my thing is, that girl would still be here to speak on her behalf, and we wouldn't be going through what we're going through today.
I mean, personally, I just feel as if though, I was gonna say, personally, I feel as if though, what we can do in this situation to kind of like help is to like, not even help, but to be who you say you want to be. See if we can reach out to the family, take some flowers. You know what I'm saying? We can do something on our end to just show our love and our appreciation to.
For sure.
To them. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever we can do.
For sure.
We ain't even got to go send the flowers to the funeral home. Send the flowers to the house. Like find a way to be that way. That's what we can start at.
For sure.
And we encourage other people too. When situations like this happen, if you around, if you whatever, just send your love. That's the way you can help someone. Just sending love. Just true, genuine love, just being there. So with us being in Columbus, I think that we need to find the contact information whatever way we can, or however we can, whenever we can, whether we send a card, we send anything. I'm just saying to send the love that they're not
that community, that community spirit, that I was kind of referring to last episode, as far as, man, when things happen in our community, we need to show that it's important, like not only when the police do it, but when situations happen amongst our own selves, we need to start showing and bringing back that family camaraderie amongst each other to show that we are a community. You know what I'm saying? We are one neighborhood. This is neighborhood politics. You know what I'm saying? We are one family. We are all we got, because clearly we live in a time to where it's clear as day now that I don't gotta just worry about I ain't gotta worry about somebody else that look like me trying to kill me or having issues with me. I gotta worry about, I wholeheartedly gotta worry about, you know what I'm saying, any given day the police pulling behind me having the same type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to get that community love and that community, like I said, that camaraderie amongst each other, to where it's like, man, and that's which goes back to my point when I was saying being prepared, as far as, man, a situation like this. I spoke on it yesterday. I was supposed to already have, one other friend or 2 other peoples, or I'm calling them comrades. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Judas and the Black Messiahs. I was supposed to already have 1 or 2 of them comrades, or 3 other comrades, to where, man, I ain't saying we ain't supposed to go nowhere and incite no type of war, no type of bloodshed, but I was supposed to be able to call up and be like, hey, boom, 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 we prepared. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where we meeting at. We meeting at this state capitol. This is the attire. This is how we coming. This is the blueprint. This is our message that we about to put forth. We gonna come home. We gonna do it again another day, and then we gonna do it again. Or this is the phone call we need to make to talk to this person. This is the office that we need to be sitting in. You know what I'm saying? But that's all in due time. We gonna get there as a community. We just gotta come together as one and put forth that effort. You know what I'm saying? And it just takes some type of some leadership and some type of some love amongst one of each other, for real.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, like we talked about yesterday, when you said your little comrades.
My comrades. For sure. Speaking of comrades, shout out, because I don't want to leave this out. Shout out to the little homie, because I told you I made a post yesterday. And when the little homie, somebody, he for sure was younger than me, got on me a little bit, because I left out his brother. He felt like I was leaving out his brother, Tyree King. And I wasn't. Tyree King got killed, I believe it was about 4 to 5 years ago. And I told you the story. They, for whatever reason, the jump out boys, no cars, no marked vehicles or anything like that. They hopped out on this young male. He didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know the details specifically no more. I don't know if he did have a gun or if he didn't, but all I know is they hopped out, you know what I'm saying? So be in that position, all I can do is imagine, okay, 4 hopped out vehicles, unmarked vehicles hop out on me. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do? So I can't, you know what I'm saying? So they ended up killing the little boy, but they was the ones that hopped out on him, and he didn't know that they was police officers. So shout out to him, because I go back to what you said, the comrades. The little homie got on me and told me, like, bro, don't forget about Tyree King, you know, because he was one of the first ones that happened to here in Columbus. I instantly had to write him back, like, oh, my bad, bro, I apologize. You know, I ain't forget about him. I actually just spoke about him to my students this week.
Yeah.
You know, but I love your energy and I love your passion. I'm glad that you came at me like that, because I know if it come down to it, I know I can hit you up, and I know I can rely on you, because you got that same passion, that same desire, because it happened to you. You know what I'm saying? And you keeping your brother's name alive 5 years down the line. So rest in peace to Tyree King, because we ain't forgot about you either. You know, and he was a little one. So you know, that's now we ain't forgot about you at all. So it's time for us to start realizing, like, man, listen, it's going to start with us to make this change.
Right. And amongst our own people. So
amongst our own people.
I think the common thing that we lack in our community, which we know, is unity. And we talked about yesterday how you said, just in general, like, he said, as a black man, we're going to talk about that, as a black male in America, like, you have so many different things that's coming at you as a threat. You got your own people, you got the police, you got a system that's set in place to make you fail. Then you got just your everyday life of just being a man, having to protect and provide. It seems as if though males have a lot on their shoulders, and they have a lot of enemies outside of just the police. They have enemies everywhere, and it's just like, how do you feel about the daily things that you face when you walking out the door? How you feel about just being a man in America today in 2021? What are your thoughts about that?
It's stressful. It's super stressful, you know what I'm saying? Especially with me being the person that I am, because I'm ready to take it there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I also, like, I talked to one of my boys, you know, one of my little students yesterday about in class, or yesterday about in class. Yesterday in class, you know, but, you know, I got a lot of females around me, you know what I'm saying, that be trying to get me to, you know, mellow myself out, you know what I'm saying, to understand decisions, you know what I'm saying? I'm understanding of that, you know, I'm completely understanding of that. But, you know, somebody like me, you know, I'm scared to get pulled over, because I'm scared of how I'm a react, you know.
And let me speak on it before you finish. That's my thing with him. He's such a, like, stand-up guy. He's so passionate, and he don't fear the police, and he want them to know, like, I don't fear y'all. That sometimes that scares me, because it's like, he's willing to take it there, and I feel as if though, like, you willing to take it there, but then you have a mom, a sister, you have family, you have a girl that care about you dearly, and you can't just be always willing to take it there, because at the end of the day, the odds are not in your favor.
Yeah, they definitely not.
You know, and I talked to him about that. I never forget the time me, him, and 2 of his homeboys, we were driving, and we got pulled over. So we got pulled over. One of his homeboys had weed on him, but we got pulled over for his tags. Q is such a, I don't know, sometimes it seems like you.
Nah, I'm just, I don't, in a situation like that, long story short, you know, you can't, you know, in which I could have, but I don't have to, you know, I don't, by law, I don't have, I understand, I'm not trying to, you know, go back and forth from that situation.
I didn't finish the story.
I'm gonna say it, you know, I got pulled over, you know what I'm saying, police came to the window, I wound down my window, you know what I'm saying, gave my information. When he left, I wound back up my window, you know what I'm saying, which I probably shouldn't have did, but at the end of the day, I did it. So, you know, you wanted me to wind my window back down. I said I ain't got to, you know, so I mean, at the end of the day.
He said he ain't have to, and my thing was, you don't have to, but in situations where you encountering the police, I'm not saying that you're supposed to be scared. I'm just saying, don't do stuff that's going, you know, he gonna say, if they can find anything to say, and you don't want to give him a reason to have anything to say to you. Right. And I feel like with Q, he want to give him a reason sometimes.
No, I don't want to give him a reason, but
because
like you,
he went off on me.
Yeah,
because I said, baby, why don't you just keep the window down? And he's like, because I don't have to. I don't have. But you know that it's all of us. We all black. It's 3 black males, 1 black girl. Your boy real life got weed on him. So
yeah, but you know he ain't got nothing on him. I don't ride with nobody with weed on him. He ain't have no weed on him.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we don't ride like that. You know, so it was you know, unfortunate situation. He ain't, you know, we don't ride like that, but But that goes to your question as far as the stress. It's stressful. Why when I get pulled over, like you gotta understand as a black man how stressful that really is. Why when I get pulled over, do I really have to really think, or do I have to call my mom, or do I gotta FaceTime somebody, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like that's really stressful. Why do I gotta go into instant fear mode? You know what I'm saying? And that frustrates me. So in a situation like that, you know, to your question, it's stressful being a black man. It's stressful when you riding by the police, and at any given time, like I said, it's like yesterday, I was on my lunch break, the police pulled behind me, I instantly hit a little corner, you know what I'm saying, to act like I was going to a gas station or something like that, you know, just to get them from behind me, because I wasn't riding dirty, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I'm on my lunch break, but at the end of the day, I don't even want y'all behind me. That's stressful, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I gotta, because not only on top of that, you know, I gotta worry about, you know, one of the homies. Or when I say the homies, I'm just speaking of, you know, another black man in general. You know what I'm saying? I gotta worry about that issue. Or I do gotta worry about a friend that may not be a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, within these last few years of my life, you know, I don't really know who I can trust. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that to ruffle anybody's feelings as far as people that is in my life. But I done been hurt. You know what I'm saying? I done been hurt by people that I genuinely loved. I done been hurt in situations that I really didn't expect to be hurt in. I done been, you know, people that I really thought would be, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. But it's like, so as a black man, it's like who can you really who can you really trust? Like who really is on your side? So that, I mean, you know, it's stressful. That's the biggest word, being a black man. It's stressful day in, day out, because you wake up, you got to go to work, you know what I'm saying? You got to, and whatever your job is, you got to provide, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you can. So every single day, it's like, you never know what can happen, you know? You never know what can happen.
Yeah. So not only are, like you just said, having to worry about the police, you having to worry about just male peers.
You gotta worry about the system. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, people that you don't even know.
The people that you don't know, you gotta worry about, you know, the system. You gotta worry about if I get pulled over today, you know, like I said, yesterday was a decent day. My brother got out, you know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about situations like that. You get booked for something, you know, petty. You know, they keep you for as long as they want to keep you. You know, they keep you for as long as they want to keep you. But let a George Floyd situation happen, you know what I'm saying? They justifying everything they doing, but you know, I'm, as a black man, and which this platform is about, I get pulled over. It's all right. I get pulled over, and I got my I got my gun on me. Not saying, you know what I'm saying, you got your gun on you, but you end up getting booked. But they not asking really why you got your gun on you. They don't care about that. You just gonna get booked. You know what I'm saying? Go down. You know. But they not asking why you really need to protect yourself, or what's your, or they don't care. The judge don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? They just quick to hit us with that, whatever that thing is called, send us up the road, make their money off of us, you know what I'm saying? Smack them felonies on our record, you know what I'm saying? You come back home, you can't get a job, so now boom, now you gotta hop into these streets, or you gotta find other means to provide for your family, because as a man, we gotta eat. So now I'm out robbing, now I'm out stealing, now I'm out doing something that I really might not even be my character, you know what I'm saying? But because I done been put into a system, and I ain't able to, you know, survive. I ain't able to maneuver in a system to be successful how America say I'm supposed to maneuver. Now I'm being judged because I'm surviving the only way I know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? So as a black man, it's like, at a time, for real, it came to a point to where it's like you can't win for losing. You can't win for losing, because if you're doing good, you know what I'm saying, you ain't no telling what's going to come to you. And if you ain't doing good, then ain't no telling what's gonna come for you that way. So it's like it's a crazy system that then put on a whole lot of stress and all of that on black men. I feel like, man, so it's deep.
So how do you feel about just like even black men being able to express themselves, like in general, like the emotional part? So we talking about the physical and just the everyday, but what about the emotional part when it comes to expressing yourself and being a man and being taught to be a certain way without even like being able to like express yourself? And how's that hard too? The mental part of it, pretty much. The mental and emotional part.
That's just as hard, because we can't express ourselves. You know, I gave the example yesterday about from being a kid, you know, hearing, you know, you can't cry, you can't, you know, quit, you know, just, you can't, you know, quit being a crybaby, you know, quit pouting and things like that. You know, like I told you, I had to tell our nephew that I told him that, you know, at 1 year, that might have been when he was 1, or, you know, possibly when he was 1, I told him to quit crying, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell you, like, man, I can't continue this same cycle with telling this little boy just because he's a boy, he can't be emotional. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be no crybaby, but if you feel the need to express yourself, or if you crying because you, for a particular reason, I can't already tell you as a boy that you can't grow up and ever feel the need to express yourself, because now all we got is a whole bunch of grown men that then built up a whole bunch of testosterone since we was kids, and we ain't never been able to express ourselves, cry, talk to our friends about it. You know, we ain't never been able to do that.
Right.
You know, I don't think I've ever, you know, maybe a little bit more, but, you know, I don't, you know, growing up, males, we don't got them times to where we sit down and we really express ourselves and talk to our other friends probably about, dang, bro, mom and pops just got a divorce. You know, mom's trying her best to find ways to make us survive. You know what I'm saying? We really ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never having them sit downs. It's like, shoot, you come over, I kind of know what you got going on. You know what I got going on. And I become your shelter. You become my shelter, my safety zone, and I become your safety net. And we just keep on pushing. And then we mash them emotions. We mash them emotions down. We become emotionless. You know what I'm saying? These emotionless, what they want to call animals, that the system then put into place that it ain't even that. So, you know, I think us learning how to start expressing ourselves and talk to each other, you know what I'm saying, have them conversations
I think for me, where I knew it was real, when I went to go see my brother, and my uncle had passed away like probably a month or two prior, and we went to go see my brother, and we were just talking to him, and it was nobody else in the visiting room. He was just with us, and he just was talking about my uncle. He was like, man, I wish I was out, because I feel like I would have been able to help him. And he bust out and started crying. Right. Now, I seen my brother cry when we was kids, but even with that, it's like a little tear roll down his eye, wipe it. And that exact moment, how it shocked me was because he cried for not even 10 seconds. He cried for that little minute, and he instantly like wiped his face sat up and was like, yeah, but I'm good. And it hurt my feelings, because as his sister, to be there, one, I was actually happy that we was able to hug him and comfort him in that moment. But it's just like, just to imagine how many more moments it been like that for him. For sure. So where he needed a comforter, he needed somebody to hold him and give him a hug and tell him it's okay.
And express himself too.
And then on top of that, he been in jail damn near his whole life. So it's like, it's scary for me to even watch, young man, and like you just said, from the nephew to you to my brother to other people that I see that hide their emotions or can't express themselves. That's really scary. It's really a scary thing, because it's like you're never fully able to just say, hey, like, today I just feel like I want to shed one tear.
I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurt, and on top of the fact of all the things that we done been through. It was a traumatic experience. I lost somebody I consider my brother. And at that time of losing my brother, not to go into details about everything else that was transpired on the outside, but that was a time to where I feel like I really couldn't even be, because when I was being who I was, when I was standing on my morals and when I was standing on my principles, you know what I'm saying, I was being told, like, bro, let it go. You being too emotional. You know what I'm saying? You being, and it's like, bro, nah, I ain't being, I ain't being emotional. I'm standing on my principles and I'm expressing myself, and I'm saying, like, I don't want to go into details about this stuff, but it was just a time to where even a situation like that, I still wasn't able to. Yeah. I didn't have no one to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't have nobody to talk to, because it was some people here and there, but I really ain't have many people to really console into that. Like I said, that was my brother that I really felt like that we all went through them life challenges and obstacles together, to where I felt like, dang, bro, like, I ain't have nobody to express myself to and talk to. You can be there, but at the end of the day, that's like a little boy growing up in a household with no male, no father figure. At the end of the day, it's only so much that you can say or do, or I can't tell you stories. I can't laugh. I can laugh with you. I can tell you little hits there and there, but what I'm saying, I really can't express that. So as black men, we just, I think we done came to a point to where we just became unemotional and we don't express ourselves, and we done made it to where we done became real cold hearted with a lot of stuff.
Very
man.
numb
Like,
to a lot of stuff.
Very numb.
You know, because like you said, you got the system, you got, oh my God, it's just like, y'all got so much that's against y'all that it's almost like, dang, for y'all to even just to be surviving day to day, like, it is a true blessing. It is like, you know, something to be like proud of yourself for. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm saying that to say y'all deal with a lot on the day to day.
For sure.
So to keep moving and to keep pushing and moving forward in a manner of still having integrity, still doing the best that you can, and still being, you know, who you are for just not yourself, but the people around you. You know, I just want to give everybody their roses while they're here still, and I want to give you your roses.
I appreciate it. And seeing traumatic, that's why I didn't want to watch the video with the girl, because honestly, no matter what I seen, and still, it's not going to change my viewpoint on it. You shouldn't have killed that little girl. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired of seeing footage. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing, you know, growing up, you might, you know, some people might end up seeing somebody get killed, or you might, you know, and that's traumatic within itself. But it's not the norm. It's not supposed to be the norm. I'm tired of this becoming the norm of being able to see somebody get killed. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing Mo 3 got killed on and we seen that on footage. FBG Duck got killed on footage. King Von got killed on footage. Andre Hill, Casey Goodson, Makia Brown. Now I'm tired of seeing it. Like, it's traumatic, bro. As a black man, it's hurtful, because at all times you be like, you didn't put yourself in them situations to where you know you done been in them. You know you done went shopping down at Easton before. You know you done went to the club and got into a fight before. You know, and it's like, dang, bro, like, all we doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we seeing it on footage, you know what I'm saying? Who's pinning it out there, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So what's the mission behind it? Is it to make us more numb? Is it to make us more? Is it to make us more? To incite more anger and violence? Is it to incite more anger? Is it to incite more the animosity? Is it to incite more coldness? Because at the end of the day, once you become numb to seeing somebody get killed and seeing it on footage, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, unfortunately it starts to become a norm, you know? So it's like I didn't want to see the footage, but you know, I was like, all right, man, let me go ahead and see it real quick. But like I said, regardless of what I seen, it wasn't going to, the police officer was completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to shoot that girl 4 times in her back. You know, like I said, if you felt the need to shoot her, you could have shot her in her leg. You know what I'm saying? That's if you felt the need to shoot her. But that's, I don't want to even go back into that conversation. But yeah, I'm tired of seeing that, because as a black man, it's stressful, bro. Like, it's really wild. It's starting to hurt. You know what I'm saying? But it's wild, bro. That's all I can say.
I mean, that's super deep. Like, this is crazy. The world we living in, the things that's going on, like you said, just from being a black man to dealing with these day-to-day issues and not being able to go outside, not knowing how you're going to make it back home, not even knowing if you're going to make it back home, having to just watch your back 24/7, it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I really can't come up with a solution for that.
I mean, for sure, but what I say is, the solution that I can come up with is, you know, the plan behind what this platform is about, you know, trying to bridge that gap from black men to black men, and build them male role models, and build them male, them cats that got influential power in the communities, to where they can grab one of the little homies and build them up and talk to them, you know, role models. Like I talked to one of my students yesterday. He told me, and which changed his life. He was saying that he was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, and he told me, like, it was a time to where I guess he had to sit down, and the male that asked him, like, so what happens if you get killed? His answer was straight up, like, well, I guess I'm just going to die. You know what I'm saying? He was numb. You could tell when he said he was dead serious. He told me, I guess this is coming from a 15-year-old freshman. You know what I'm saying? Already saying that I'm just going, all right, I guess I'm just going to die. But he said, so he's 15 now. So this conversation must have happened when he was 14 or 13. You know what I'm saying? And now the male mentor, that was the male figure that was in his life, said, well, what about your mom? And so at 15 now, he able to see, like, okay, it ain't really about me. But just to hear that coming from a little boy, and that's coming from just one, not even just one, that's coming from all the little boys that I'm dealing with for the most part, that I come across. It's like, bro, like, this is where we done came to where now, it ain't no more sports. It ain't no more recreations. It ain't no more after school activities. It ain't no more, no kicking it, having fun. It's the streets. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is nowadays, and it's scary to me, But as black males, as role models, as mentors, as community leaders, whatever you want to call or yourself, or I want to call myself. I feel like that's all we can do is, call amongst each other to come together as one and try to build that gap and build up these little homies. Because I was listening to my cousin actually on Facebook today, man, and he gave a real nice he went live and he said some real influential stuff as far as, like the same things that I like saying as far as building them gaps between them little kids and start telling little black boys and even little black little girls, but bruh, he said it's the truth. A lot of times we shy away from it, but start training our little boys to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? Because or be a fireman or be to get into politics. You know what I'm saying?
To be in those places where we really are not shown up.
Right, because what my cousin's whole point was, in which I thought about it too. Because who do I have to really call and be like, hey, bro, what's going on in the office? You ain't. Go holler at the police, you know what I'm saying? Go, is he really locked up? Where they got him at? I don't got no police officer that I can call and be like, where did they got him at? Is he really in jail? Is he really on the 15th floor? Is he at the main? Or they got him at Jackson Pike? Where they got him? I ain't got nobody I can call and be like, where he really at? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no politician that I can reach out to and be like, what do this mean? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody that I can talk to and still break down to me what each amendment is and the laws and stuff like that. So we need to start teaching our little kids, like, man, listen, because the upbringing, they ain't got to just be basketball players, and for sure they ain't got to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? Just rappers, but let's be doctors, let's be police officers, let's be them politicians, let's get into them whatever lawyers, doctors, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Let's make them little things normal, because who do I have to really call? You know what I'm saying? What network? Who do I really know that I can really go and sit down with right now? I'm gonna put forth that effort to find somebody, you know. But who can I go through my contact list and be like, hey, bro, like I said, we're such and such at. But like my cousin said, I can call somebody right now and be like, you got this, you got that, you know what I'm saying? I can call somebody to get, the things that's provided in our communities and things of that nature, but I can't call nobody to
that's an influential, that can be an impact, that can help,
that's in those
offices, and that's he definitely right with that. We definitely don't. We definitely do not. Like you said, I knew that with my brother case. Just now, I ain't talking about in the legal world and all the career stuff, but just having like that certain uncle or that father or that grandpa or that older cousin, that person that you like, hey, because big bro, uncle, whatever, grandpa, what can we do about this situation? Or, it's like, even with that, we're just in the household, it's just like we lacking so much of being like the role models, the mentors, the big homies, like you said, the
real big homies,
the influential people that will really even want to help. We got, like you said, we even got all these rappers who promoting to sell drugs and do all this, but they got the platform to be like, hey, let's make these programs to help these younger. And some of them do that, and we don't always know about it. But like you said, like, it definitely has to be a change within that. But that's where it's like with you, baby, like, you got to get your homeboys to hold them accountable. Somebody got to hold somebody accountable, like, do a challenge like that.
For sure.
A challenge of, being a mentor, being a big mentor.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Getting a little homie or something like that.
Tapping in with it.
Once a month, let's take everybody grab their mentee. We going to Top Golf, or everybody grab their mentee, and we going to the bowling alley. You know
don't know how much that can change a young man's life.
So in which I've been trying to do. Shout out to the Upper Room Barbershop, James Jones, bro, my boy. He's super big on it too. I was able to take one of my boys to get a haircut, and that made my little dude's day. He was super stoked about that. He was, I'm gonna keep going there to get a haircut. And me and James was able to come up with some stuff, and in the future we gonna continue being able to provide some of these little, if they do what they supposed to do as far as their schoolwork. That's number one. do their schoolwork, and they gonna be able to come in there and get them haircuts and stuff like that. But that's a network right there. So that just made me think about that. But
go to some black owned business places and just see, hey, can we do, if would you like to tap in and actually give back? If you give back, do you know, even the corner stores, not even just with black, we talking about minorities, we talking about the Arabs, we talking about just anybody that want to help give out something to keep them encouraged. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something in the making, and definitely something to think about. A way that's a solution right there. So like I told y'all the one time, like I'm not on here just to talk about problems all the time. We talking about solutions because we got enough problems on our day to day. We wake up, it's gonna be a problem waiting at the door for us. Whether it, whatever. It might not be the hardest, but it's still a problem, and we just need to be moving forward in a manner of solutions and not always focusing on the problem. Let's focus on solutions. Let's focus on getting better. So I think that can wrap up this episode. We can do our part 2, and y'all can tap into the part 2. Now we're going to talk about mental health. But to shorten this, to not hold y'all for so long, this is what we wanted to talk about today, as far as when it came to just catching up about where Q been, and where he at mentally with the whole neighborhood politics, talking about the George Floyd and the young lady that was killed.
Rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to Makia Brown.
And then also talking about just how it feel to be a male in today's society, and just the emotional state. So if you can, just tap into this part 2. And we're going to actually have it as part 2. When you see the next video, we'll have on the same attire, because it's going to be part 2. We're going to tap in and talk about mental health. So thank y'all for joining us today. And for sure, we'll catch up with y'all.
For sure. Neighborhood Politics.
Neighborhood.